Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My next guest is he's not from Vancouver, Canada, but he lives there. Please give it up for Will Vaughn. Will, thank you so much for joining me today. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's great.
Wow, this is really something. Look at everybody here tonight. Very happy to see everyone.
You know what? We are huge fans. We are so excited to talk with you today. Actually, you know what? We'll talk to you more a little bit after the break. Here comes the music.
Terrible time to take a break.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us on the Triple Trip podcast. Yeah. That was actually Will Vaughn from Vancouver.
It was not a
It was actually
imitation.
him. Yeah.
It was me. It was not a cheap imitation.
It was not one of the Temptations either. Because
they're
they're a
all
Motown
dead.
group.
Aren't they all dead?
Safe bet to say they're dead. Safer bet to assume they don't listen to the podcast.
You'd be surprised.
My girl,
sir.
exactly what I was thinking. Their website, thetemptations.xyz, says 55 years and still going strong.
.xyz. When was that a domain?
That, I think the parent company for Google, Alphabet, has the .xyz domain name. So if you go to abc.xyz, I think that takes you to Alphabet. Okay, good. Yes, that's right.
abc.xyz. Sir, I must call you to task on your Z's. Your Z's. Your Z's,
sure.
sir.
Whatever. I want to figure out, can we just have one? I'll convert to Z. I'm willing to do it.
Yeah,
I don't think it's just dumb that there's two countries and one of them is doing something. I don't know.
Well,
Are we wrong? Who's wrong?
There's more than two. It's just the Americans that say Z, and then
They just say Z.
the rest of the Commonwealth, they're not part of the Commonwealth at all.
No.
All the Commonwealth says Z. So we're
Okay.
So
Let's-
we're and we spell words with U's.
Yes. Objectively, Z is more confusing because there's C, T, G. So Z
Don't forget D
is more clear.
or
and
E.
D.
Yeah.
D. So sorry,
Shout
D.
out to E. Yeah.
Will, I know it's usually boring to tell stories about dreams, but I had one last night that shook me to my core.
Oh no.
I dreamt that
have
you,
any
Alex, and I,
Your
you,
children
Alex,
are-
and I ran an improv troupe, and we were placed under arrest. We were it was illegal. We were like fraudulent or something like that, and so we were being investigated for that. It was very emotionally distressing.
It's like you have advertised this show as a funny show, and no one was laughing. We are taking you to task.
The officers in the dream took exception with that we charge people for it.
You charge people money for the show. Oh, man, you give them
Officer-
all refunds plus interest.
Officer JFK came.
That's right.
We go to jail not because it is easy, but because it is jail.
That's great. Well, look, I'll tell you some stuff about improv right now. We did a show a couple weeks ago. My class doing a performance series at the VTSL at the ICI. I just
now, for those
VTSL and ICI on VI here at the BC, the V6E. You know what I'm saying? Shout out,
Sure.
Rockefeller Records. No, the theater sports at the Improv Center on Granville Island at the Improv Comedy Institute, which I started studying at last year. You hear the word study, you imagine a fellow with, a bunch of textbooks laid out. He's scribbling in his notebook, a bunch of stuff that he's got to learn. But improv, you need to learn on your feet, right? As we sit down to record this podcast, but it's something you got to get up to do. Right?
Well, we can be deft. We can always do something. I tried a little bit of improv, which I enjoyed a great deal.
It's fun. It is fun,
Yeah.
and they actually at VTSL they do corporate workshops and that sort of thing. So all the stuffy suit types get up and try a little improv. And what I enjoyed about the classes is that it attracted some actors, but it attracted mostly just other people. A lot of teachers just want to get up and just work on improv so they can be in front of a class. I had one accountant in a class, and she was good. She went through the whole program, and she just she doesn't want to pursue improv. She's not looking to be the next Key and Peele, so to speak. Key and or Peele. But she just likes
do improv but aren't known for that.
I guess they started there,
sketch.
right? Yeah,
Maybe, I don't know.
No, Keegan Michael Key did.
Did he? Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's conquering the world, man. I just found out today he was in Pitch Perfect too.
Yeah, and one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Oh yeah, because you straight up met him. Yeah, that
Him and
guy's
Catherine Hahn. Because they were here for Tomorrowland, which we can talk about now because the movie came out last year.
I didn't even think about that. That's exactly why they were there.
Yeah, he's the nicest dude. The accountant just does it because she likes it, and that was one of the things I thought was really cool about improv. I'm like, it's for everybody, man. If you want, if you're willing to give over to it, you can enjoy yourself doing it.
Yeah. Do you was there anybody who was there ostensibly to meet people? Were they like, I'm going to go to this improv class. I'm going to find
get a mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. They turned it into an imp love class.
Improv.
Imp love, by the way.
Right, live with the imp love.
Imp love is the eHarmony for little people, right? Imp love.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
hi, I'm Hornswoggle.
If you're like me, also Hornswoggle, nice guy, by the way.
If you've ever gotten a job where you wear a Velcro suit and Leonardo DiCaprio throws you against a Velcro board,
that'd be great.
Then this might be the site for you.
Yes, yeah. Actually, Ian Hanlon, friend of the show, he just he gave me the second half of a story that I think he might have given me the first half. I don't really pay attention when he talks, but he apparently I knew he was in town. Peter Dinklage is in town of Game of Thrones, and
why did you think of that? Just kidding.
Why?
So the Dink is in town.
The Dink.
El Dink.
El Dinkage.
Yes.
El Dinklo the Wise is in town making a movie, and I think it wasn't Sport and Secrecy. I think it's called Rememory, which I read the script for a little while ago. I'm in the biz, guys. Ian bumped into him. He's like, yeah, I did totally bump into Peter Dinklage. He's like, I just thought it was a little fella, a little guy.
He's not wrong, but he thought it was a non-famous little guy.
He thought
he was
one of those little people he would walk all over.
Yeah,
Instead,
exactly.
He was a little person that he worshipped. He's like, oh, I love your show.
Yeah.
But improv, enjoy it quite a bit.
Yeah,
we did our first show a couple of weeks ago, which is a lot of fun. We got 2 more coming up in the next month or so, and I will say for the record, we do not charge, which is good.
That's good.
Yeah, so we cannot be arrested for charging people for the show.
Yeah, you would not be in the same situation that Dreamwheel was in.
The JFK police would not come. They'd be like, "Oh, we understand this show. Is I don't think I've ever heard JFK speak. By the way, I have, but I'm just going by. Conan's impression, and whoever did JFK's voice on the Clone High cartoon series.
Oh my gosh, yeah, exactly. So we're talking about actors here.
Yes,
I was thinking this week.
I'm going to come back to improv later though, just because there's a thing happening at Granville Island that I thought was very, very cool. But you
go on with it there. Mine is
okay. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah.
As I stepped all over Matt's legendary transition.
It's actually a movie pitch, just so we know.
Yes, it is a movie pitch, which is a game at Improv called Movie Pitch, where you pitch a movie and you got to reenact a scene from it, which is a lot of fun. And actually, it's funny. I was watching a documentary about Canon Films. Matt, do you know who Canon Films is? Yeah,
they were the Golden and Globus, right?
Yes.
They did a bunch of really schlocky stuff. Mm-hmm. Some of the best gold and worst imaginable stuff. What's the name of that documentary?
I'm just trying to come up with it right now in my brain. And my brain being IMDb.
The internet is an extension of such a thing.
.com.
Is it Electric Boogaloo?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, that's cool.
So we watched a documentary about Canon Films, which is very, very interesting.
I saw. What's it called? Masters of the Universe was.
Yep.
I saw that recently. That's free on YouTube.
Oh, it is.
It is fully free on YouTube, posted by Paramount.
I don't know why they thought that Skeletor was a good look. I can't believe that's Frank.
I think he's interesting, though.
It is interesting, yes.
It's
interesting as we know, as multiple definitions. But no, basically, I watched the Electric Boogaloo, and it was like Movie Pitch the movie, because Movie Pitch the improv game, you just pitch the wackiest, not the wackiest thing, but like the silliest thing. you can think of. And that's basically what the Canon movie was like, we just made a bunch of movies like this. And it's like, wow, that's amazing that you guys existed for any length of time. Superman 4, wow. It's incredible. Superman just doesn't really fight anybody, and he saves all the world's problems. But recently at VTSL, they had something called The Massacre. It used to be called the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Now they just shortened it to a much more family-friendly title, The Massacre.
Right.
And it sounds very aggressive. It's actually quite fun. Where improv teams from, I say all over the world, but it's more just the States. And there's one team from Mumbai, India.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So last week I checked out a couple of shows. There were teams from Atlanta, Austin, Portland, and Orlando. And, of course,
some hip places.
We had a team from Vancouver there. Yeah, right? Portland and Austin, you're like, hip, cool, weird. They both have signs that say keep blank weird in the middle of town. We didn't go to Portland, right? When you swung down, we only went to Seattle.
I went to Seattle.
Yeah, Portland would have been fun. But
Did you kind of stay overnight to go to Portland, or not really?
Yeah, you can do Seattle in a day. Portland's got to be an overnight. Like, you can drive to Portland, but once you get there, you're not going to turn around and go right back. So you gotta overnight there, which used to be cheap, and now it super isn't. But Portland's a nice town, and Austin's a town I'd like to check out someday if fortunes turn. But I enjoyed a lot of shows. There's one team from Atlanta. It was just because most of the teams were 3 people. And there was a team from Atlanta. There was just 2. And I'm like, just 2 people. How's this improv team going to work? And turns out they work spectacularly well because they've been working together for 20 years. Improv is something that's very hard to explain. Once you've seen a show, you come back, you're like, oh man, yeah, they did a story about the South, and there was a dog who dressed up as a Yankee, and then he dressed up as a Southerner to invade the Yankees, and it was just, it was great. And like you'll laugh at the weirdest, funniest things. But anyway, this is my quick shout out to the VTSL and the Massacre. It ended last night, and I haven't quite crunched the numbers yet about who won the whole thing, because there is a winner, an overall winner for the whole thing.
Still figuring it out.
Yes, the judges are still deliberating right now. But next year, if you're in Vancouver, or if you're in Vancouver anytime, check out Theater Sports, because the rookies that I check out most often on Sundays are spectacular, and the main stage players are just out of this world. I think it's great. And I only bring all that up because Matt brought up improv.
I did.
So Matt can be blamed for that. But we improv a lot on the show, Matt, right?
Yeah, yes, we do. Thank you for coming into my shop, Will. It was great to.
No,
what do you have there?
Oh, I don't have anything.
It's a gun.
No, it's not. It's
nothing. I don't have anything.
It's like to reject all your offers.
What are you talking about? We're on a spaceship,
right? Oh, it's the best. No, we're not. Yeah. That's like day one improv spontaneity. It's like, let's all say yes to stuff. Yeah, see how fun that is? Now let's all say no to stuff. No, see how not fun that is? Okay.
Yeah.
This is the world you live in now.
So yesterday was Valentine's Day.
Yes. Matt, what did you do? I can tell you what I did, but what did you do?
I probably went to my parents, celebrated it with the wife a little earlier. I don't love Valentine's Day anyway. It's which is one of the...
How ironic.
Doesn't seem that... Yeah, truly. What I was wondering is, has there been a movie yet, which is essentially... Santa Claus with an E, but for Valentine's Day. So it's like the trailer's like, meet Derek. He's just a regular guy. But then he accidentally kills Cupid.
Oh, it is.
And then he has to become Cupid. And he's like struggling with that, and he's becoming a fat baby.
Okay. No, I'm on. You know what? Movie pitch the movie. I think Canon would produce this. All right. Well, first of all, I got the title, Valentine Slay. But it's
no, because that's like if Goldberg was Cupid and Cupid just killed people.
I do want to see Santa's Slay. It might be on YouTube for free. By the way, Santa's Slay, the sleigh in that title is spelled S.
I would call it, instead of St. Valentine's Day, I would say 8 Valentine's Day.
Then what would it be? February 13th? Okay, no.
Or I'm Cupid, stupid.
No, dude. February 13th is on a Friday.
Friday,
right?
Okay.
Actually, I think it's when the Friday the 13th remake came out a couple years ago. But, wait, didn't they have a movie called, like... The Valentine's Day Massacre, but it was like something in a mine or something.
Sure, probably.
And I know they had a movie.
My Bloody Valentine was also a movie, I think.
Just Valentine's Day, which is one of those.
Multiple storylines.
Yeah, what's the name of that
not
director? That Paul F. Tompkins always.
Yeah. He often hunts for monsters.
Oh yeah, that came out like 6 years ago.
Gary Marshall.
It's me, Gary Marshall. Oh, love it.
Yeah, but only in this case. Yeah, one of the best movies that has both Seth Meyers and Taylor Swift.
Oh wow, this cast is amazing. It's got Emma Roberts and Julia Roberts. Whoa, and Taylor
related
Swift.
in that?
Okay, I gotta stop. Taylor Swift was famous 6 years ago. Wow, she's top for a lot. Yeah, I'm just saying, girls.
Taylor Swift, I remember
her squad stayed on top for a while.
Like I think she was big in like right at the end of 2007. I remember.
Well, she's always been big. She's like 6 feet tall, isn't she?
Not when she was a baby. Anyway, so yeah, Cupid. It's Cupid, stupid.
I can't believe you almost made me spit out my.
So
my
would
joke.
he be?
So 8 Valentine's Day. Okay, takes place on Friday the 13th.
Yes, right. And so maybe Cupid's getting ready. He's doing some scouting.
Cupid's getting ready. So who plays Cupid though?
Peter Dinklage.
Oh, no. Yes, he does.
So it's not cute. Like Cupid's cute, but he takes very good care of like what he does.
Yes,
he is traditionalist. So some people have moved on to like kind of like more of like a gun sort of thing. But no, he's very like it's a bow and it's an arrow.
Yeah, he's like playing Rise of the Tomb Raider. He's like, no, I know I got an assault rifle. I'm sticking to the bow and arrow. Always keeps a clean diaper.
Always a clean diper. The diaper's more like a traditional thing. It's more like well, dad wore a diaper and his dad wore a diaper and his dad before me wore a diaper. So gotta kind of do that. Is it
cloth diapers. He's environmentally friendly. He doesn't create a lot of waste.
Sure it is. Maybe he's like kind of insulting to be like, oh, you're wearing a diaper though. He's like, yeah, I can go to the bathroom. It's just part of the outfit.
He's like, I am potty trained despite my size.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things where he's like, ugh, and then it's like, I am potty trained after a record scratch. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I know what's going on.
Yeah. I just saw the trailer.
And maybe a dog does a double take or covers its eyes with its paw.
Yeah. This dog trainer goes, sad, and the dog covers his eyes.
So somehow the Cupid has to get out of the picture.
Yes.
Out of the picture. And then I guess this Derek character steps in, which is funny because he doesn't know anything about love either. So he keeps setting up the wrong people.
Yeah, he's setting up
he's like, oh, they look good together, something like that, and they do it, and like one guy is like, you know what I hate? Israel, and the other person's like, what?
Oh man, my mind.
And then like she loves Israel.
Yeah,
exactly.
How could you say that?
But they're in love, and it's kind of like they like kind of hate each other while they do it. It's tough. It's really bad.
In love, but they kind of hate each other. What about an anti-Cupid who's got like a black? He's like Dark Pit. And
there's got to be a different one. Yeah. A rogue Cupid.
Black wings. And he hits people with a bow and arrow, and they end up hating each other, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's responsible for all sorts of like
Israel and Palestine.
Yeah, exactly. He's just on the border, just shooting arrows.
Oh man, no.
I love the idea of it. It's like a stupid comedy, but it just goes hardcore into like the Israeli conflict.
Yeah, it gets real political.
At one point, the movie kind of stops abruptly, and it's just one of those animated videos of like what started the 6 Days War. That's all it is. It's just an explanation.
By the time it was done, there was nothing left.
Exactly.
And bombed each other into oblivion.
So how do I stop being Cupid?
Yeah.
Right?
And
you never stop.
No, what if Cupid shoots himself with his own arrow and what would happen if he shot himself with his own arrow? He'd have to drop his arrow and he'd fall in love with whoever he saw, right? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, there's a question of if it would be love at first sight or if you have to go like boom, boom, 2 arrows.
No, he meets a woman and he's like, all right, I really, 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 really like you, but there's only one thing that's going to make me love you. And he hands her the bow and arrow. And she's like, won't this make me Cupid? And he's like, yes. But wouldn't that be awesome? And she's like, sure. And then she hits, and that's how we resolve the conflict.
Friday.
Friday the 3rd. Wait, is this still the comedy, or are we doing 8 Valentine's Day?
It's fully like I don't want to.
This is the comedy,
horror's
right?
too easy.
So this won't come out on February 13th. This will come out on like Valentine's Day.
Yeah, maybe a week before or something like that.
It'll come out on a Monday.
Yeah, it'll come out on a Monday. Exactly. It's a Monday release. So who do we have? So we get the Dinklage for
Dinklage is
either
Cupid.
Dinklage or we take someone. We get a child to do the body, and then we do a face on top. We do the Army Hammer and Facebook movie.
Yeah. So it'd be Zach Galifianakis' head on a child's body. It's a big hairy beard.
He can do very serious very well, actually. So that would be good.
Yeah, he can. Yeah,
because he's like serious, but also funny. And then, yeah, exactly. Anyway, so that's Cupid movie is perfect.
And then Ain't Valentine's Day would be him, but he's got a bow and arrow and he just kills people.
Right. It's like, that might be this. Maybe that's a sequel. Like Stupid Cupid 2, 8 Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, we got to take this guy out, and you're like, well, who is he? And he's like, he used to be the guy before I was the guy. It's like that.
He taught me everything I knew, but he didn't teach me everything he knew.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, good. I think we can green light this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll have the script ready by the end of the podcast.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to what's it called? Highlight. That program, the script writing program.
Highland.
That's it.
We give Highland a
shout out to Highland.
Sure.
Hey, if you can't afford $250 to buy Final Draft,
we didn't even need to. That's the best thing.
Yeah, check out Highland. It's free. Right?
Check out Highland.
Yeah.
Will, we didn't talk about the Super Bowl last week. I think we've kind of digested enough that we can talk about it a little bit.
We digested the game. We've digested
Peyote Manning won.
Our own our snacks.
Peyote Man thing.
How was your viewing experience? Did you enjoy yourself? Where did you watch it? At the Folks Place?
I watched it at the Folks Place. The experience was very satisfying. It was a very good spread of food.
Yeah,
it's very good. I had it's got some potato skins. Got the more chicken wings than I could eat, which is a lot.
More chicken wings than you can eat.
Yep. We got a multi-layered dip that would typically end with sour cream, but not on that day. No, on that day it ended with guacamole.
Oh, okay.
So very, very strong dip. Dip game was strong.
Yeah.
So it was very good. It was a good experience.
Watch me dip. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Exactly. And then watch me eat things. Sorry, Alex. And then
he doesn't exist this week, by the way.
He's, you know what? He's hanging out with Drake.
Yeah, he called him.
We didn't even talk about that. Yeah, Alex is hanging out with Drake this weekend. Check Drake's Instagram.
I was going to try to go the whole time without mentioning his name.
Let me just don't mention that he's not here. 5 minutes left. Alex, what do you think?
Yeah, don't mention that he's not here.
Yeah. So it was very good. Well, how about your experience reviewing it for yourself? Was it good for you?
I've had better. No, we had a party here because it's our last party we'll have here before we move at the end of this month. Actually, we started moving yesterday, but we moved at the end of this month. So I had a bunch of people over, and it's one of those things where it's like, hey man, come to the game, sure. Hey, what are you doing for the game? I have people over. You want to come? Sure. Can you bring my girlfriend? Sure. Hey man, can I come? Sure. And then it just all adds up, and I'm like, we don't have enough space for people's butts in this place. But we had about like 10 people show up, which was good. Decent spread of food. Some people, it's a bunch of dips and stuff. Nothing too special. I made some oven pizzas. 2 years ago was my coup de grace when I made chili the night before and I kept it in the fridge and I served it all out the next during the game. But this year was oven pizzas and hot dogs and ice cream. Ian brought ice cream sandwiches that nobody ate.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was 2 years ago Super Bowl? Refresh my memory.
So Seahawks and Broncos.
Seahawks and Broncos. That's right.
That's the famous 43-8.
I would have won a. I would have won the prop bets if I bet any money on it. But before I was like, let's not put money on it. Mm-hmm. But all my selections won. It was very frustrating.
That's fine though. Isn't it better to be? I can't get behind gambling, man. Isn't it better to not gamble and know that if you had lost, you'd been like, oh, I would have lost.
I also don't gamble. It's true. I just don't do it.
Like, it's somewhat frustrating to not have made money, but trust me, brother, it's way more frustrating to lose money.
Fair enough.
That football game you have no control over, right? That's my.
It's true. What did you think of that football game that you had no control over? You're watching. You're like, I wish I could control over this game.
But it wasn't a good game.
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't
disappointing that way.
Yeah, it was disappointing. Which is just like, ooh, Super Bowl, all hype, brother.
We had some good Super Bowls though. Well, last year's was good.
Last year's was exceptional.
Yeah, so it's very good. It was difficult. I liked the Seahawks one because I didn't want the Broncos to win. So seeing the Seahawks just dismantle them was enjoyable.
Yeah, I'd say this game. I enjoyed this game better than the Seahawks Broncos Super Bowl.
The Ravens 49ers game was almost bad, but then after the power outage came back on, it got crazy.
Got real weird.
Yeah, So that was good, but we don't have to
What
go
was the
too
one?
far back in
No,
time.
wait. What was the one before? So that was Super Bowl 47. Was the Ravens and 49ers? What was 46? I did like the presentation of the.
You know what Super Bowl
MVPs.
46 was, by the way.
I know.
Okay,
Super
good.
Bowl come on. The Super Bowl MVPs, and I was just kind of shocked that they're all still alive. Even Bart Starr at his home in Alabama, waving there, being like, "Hello."
Yeah, they're all alive. I was like, are we going to see some Beyond the Grave ones? No.
Just a shot of his headstone. And here is the headstone. Oh.
Not even a video of like them winning. It's just a solid live shot of a gravestone.
Well, they could do the thing that the I suppose they do it in most sports Hall of Fames, but I know WWE does it when they induct somebody who's passed on. They usually have like their kids or their wife or somebody,
Right.
a next of kin show up. So I
Right.
suppose we were. It was cool to see that, but like to see all those guys standing on that riser was cool.
Well, you got to see your Lewis, you got to see your Flacco. That's enjoyable.
Yeah, you guys got Deion Branch.
Yes,
And
and Tom B.
Does he have the most MVPs, by the way, in the Super Bowl? I thought he was the only guy who got 3.
I don't know that is necessarily true. I
know
check,
Bart
though.
Starr had 2, and it's like
It's Montana and Brady are tied.
I both had 3.
Yeah, Starr and Bradshaw and Eli have won the award twice.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
that's
speaking of Eli, let's talk about the game.
Yeah.
Which there's a lot of stuff that happens in the Super Bowl that I don't notice till after. A lot of stuff about the halftime show I didn't notice until it was brought up on social media.
Like what?
What Rudy Giuliani said about it.
Oh, what did he say about it? Also, who cares?
Oh yeah. Well, this might get too political, but he's basically saying that Beyonce was attacking police officers with what they said because they held up a sign.
Oh yeah, I mean it's we last like year or 2 years. It's like there's just a clash of ideas between the clash of passion between how black people feel they're treated and how police are treating people, and it seems like the best examples of it seem to lean toward there being some institutional racism there. So you know what? I understand frustration on their parts. We've seen headlines over the last year or more. There's all sorts of stuff like that. So yeah, it's fair. I mean, it's still the halftime show.
Well, the thing he said was, "This is sports. Yeah. It's not Hollywood." But it's like, dude, it is Hollywood. The halftime show is Hollywood. You got musicians and all sorts. You got famous people at the halftime show. It's Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's a show. It's production.
People want sports to remain apolitical. You watch sports to get away from everything else, but it just can't. It's just not like that. It's not how life works. You can't have things as neatly segregated. Interesting word choice, but as you'd want,
especially in February.
Yeah, it is funny to be like, why is there talk of black civil rights on football? It's like, well, there are pretty much exclusively black people who play football.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like it's like I'm not surprised. Like people got mad when the then St. Louis Rams did a Black Lives Matter thing last year, or it might have been this year, but I think it was last year. People were like, "Oh, I can't believe they did that." It's like, of course they did that.
Yeah,
of course. Beyonce, like my reaction to Beyonce at the halftime show was just like, "Oh, she's not for me," and that's fine. I don't think she ever wanted to be. I'm not her audience.
No, and you know what? She's doing okay without fine. You, and she's doing okay without me too. That's why my preference for a halftime show was Metallica. But like I mentioned last week, Metallica did a show the night before.
Yeah,
because they said they were too heavy for a halftime. And it's like, yeah, they are.
That's fun.
And like, and this is like the halftime show needs to be like a poppy thing, and this was good. The Bruno Mars.
She did a good thing with Bruno. Actually, Beyonce did a good stuff with Bruno Mars, and I like Coldplay. So seeing Coldplay do Coldplay was good. It was fine.
It's fine. Yeah. It's just a big schmoz. It's fine.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine as a halftime show. I had no issue with it. But yeah, I agree. I'm just like, very cool. Not for me, but they don't need me anyway. So there you have it. The Eli face. You need to mention the Eli face, which I didn't notice during the game, but
I noticed. It was great.
Oh my Lord.
Because you're watching Eli in the box. Because just if anybody didn't really watch the Super Bowl, I don't know who our audience is, but
4 people.
They essentially the Broncos kind of seal the game. It's a fumble, right? Wasn't that what it was?
Was that when he? No, I thought that was that he made the face after So I can't remember the plays, but I know they made it like 22-10, right? And they went for 2 after that.
Yeah.
Because he said he made that face because he was just like, I was just thinking if the defense, what they're going to do, if they're going to go for 2 after that, he's just like, I was just thinking, whatever.
Yeah,
and
don't blame him.
Eli often has that slack-jawed visage.
Yeah, he doesn't. The one thing he doesn't do is he doesn't have a strong. I don't know. Maybe he has the strongest poker face.
He could, right? If he's just sitting there. If he's sitting there with that face, looking at his cards, you're like, I have no idea.
Oh man, this guy doesn't. You probably want to check on him. You're like, do you know how to play? Someone showed you how to play poker before you?
Man, can I see your hand for a second there? Yeah,
can I help you out?
Dude, you got nothing and you're all in. That's a terrible idea, man.
I gotta help you out, man.
It's such a bad idea. I know you make a lot of money doing whatever you do. You're a football quarterback, a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. Holy cow.
That's ridiculous.
I had no idea.
Yeah. There's some other controversy that happened, which was people did not like how Cam Newton reacted after losing the Super Bowl.
Sure. Yeah, he said, show me a good loser and I'll show you a loser.
And you know what I'll say to that? I don't really blame him because he just lost the Super Bowl, and that really sucks. Yeah, it's really weird that we're like, you know what? Athletes should be able to hit athletes should. Well, it's just like they should have the most crushing defeat of their career. They should have their career one of the lowest moments of their career, and they should be fine with it and should just talk to us. I don't blame him. That's fine.
And he's always been an emotional player too.
Yeah, and
he's always been a little bit what they would call brash, right? This guy.
The problem with the word brash is that it's kind of racialized. People don't call white people brash. Like, if you ever see a football player described as brash and arrogant, it is 100% of the time black.
Well, not no, I wouldn't say 100%.
I would love. I just want to see a white person
you can call brash and arrogant.
Yeah, like Evander Kane.
No,
Dustin Buff. I'm serious though. That's all it is. I don't know. I don't think brash is even the word because Cam Newton doesn't play a way that's like in your face. He's having fun. He scores touchdowns. He's happy about it.
Yeah.
Also, of course, we live in a sports culture that's like after he scores touchdown, he's too happy about it. What do you want him to be? To mourn? To complain that he would score a touchdown? It's so ludicrous. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't blame Cam Newton at all.
Blame him for being a little.
Yeah, I wish he played better. I wish it was a better game.
Yeah,
I blame him for that. I don't know. Their defense, the Broncos' defense was Donkey Kong country.
Yes, it was. It was Donkey Kong Zoo. It was good. So we'll see Cam. Cam
of the future.
So he can whatever. He can react to however he wants in the press and at the press conference. He can do whatever he wants to do. The only thing that matters is how he bounces back next season. We'll see if the Panthers can go 15-1 again.
Yeah. Do you know how the Super Bowl is bouncing back well?
How?
They are going back to Roman numerals after this year.
Yes, they are. Super Bowl Lee,
named after
Jet
Lee, of course.
So it will be the Jets in the Super Bowl.
Jets against an expansioned Chinese team. No, I was hoping is Jet Li Chinese?
Yes.
Apologies to Jet Li for not knowing.
Shout out to Jet Li for not.
Yeah, so the Beijing Bangers are going to come out of.
No, not the Beijing Bangers. We named our team after English sausages.
Yes, exactly. So they're going to go head to head in the Jet Li game.
Well, Jet Li would take issue with that because he's from Beijing.
Yeah,
born in
exactly.
He's 53 years old.
There was after the Super Bowl. Actually, it's taken during the Super Bowl, but there's something called it's a billion pixel photo, which is essentially like these people. I don't know what company it is. I don't know what their aim is, but they just use these insane camera rigs, and they just take a picture of the same moment during the Super Bowl. So that if you're at the Super Bowl, you can go and find yourself in there because it's a perfect shot of everybody who's in the game.
And if you spend about $10,000 a ticket,
yeah,
you deserve to be seen.
So people actually spotted Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, in the box next to Roger Goodell's. And so when I saw that online, I went through and I went to go try to find people, find celebrities, people I recognize.
People you recognize. Hey,
and I recognized who did I find? I found Usher. He was up in a box as well. Usher.
Yeah.
It was it must have been right as the national anthem was starting because Lady Gaga was there.
Oh, you mean Blaziken from Pokemon? Yeah, she was there. Sorry. It's a little racist. Yeah, no.
It's racist.
I imagine you could. Okay, so you saw Usher, right?
Yes. I couldn't remember who else I saw there, but no. Oh, Jeff Goldblum.
He was there.
He was in the box to the side. Well, he was at the NFL honors the day before. If you saw Conan O'Brien's.
Okay, so I wonder what his connection with the NFL is then.
Goldblum?
Yeah,
I'm sure he's just a bonkers huge fan of what team.
No, I think Apartments.com.
What?
Have you not seen his ads for Apartments.com?
No.
Oh, okay, well, you can look it up after the show. He's advertising this thing called Apartments.com. It's basically like
yes.
As you and I both know,
yes,
looking for places, right?
Sure.
It's supposed to make that streamlined and easier. So it's like if you go to Apartments.com. That's not my Goldblum. That's not my Goldblum, by the way. But he's not playing himself. He's playing like a character. He's like, my name is something or other.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the name isn't something or other, but he's playing himself. Or he's playing a character.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, Apartments.com. Anyway, so you saw Goldblum there.
Yeah, I saw Goldblum there. He was on the side. He looked very curious to see how the game was going to go.
Was he wearing his glasses?
He was. It's funny that you can just be like, yep, that's Jeff Goldblum, clearly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe he's there, too. He's like, Independence Day 2 comes out soon.
He's the one actor that if you were like, can you sound less sure of what you're saying? Like, that's what you'd want. I think you're sounding a little too sure of the copy in front of you.
Just go to Apartments.com right now, Matt, and just explain. I want you to explain to me the photograph you see on that website. Okay,
perfect. So I go to Apartments.com. It appears to be either George Washington or George Washington impersonator. He seems to be watching the Super Bowl, if I had to guess. In front of this George Washington person, he's alarmed. He looks excited. He looks a little bit scared, too.
Mm-hmm.
He's got, to his right, he's got some, what looks like maybe chicken wings or something in a bowl. To his left, our right, is Jeff Goldblum holding a football. Mm-hmm. He's excited. He's got kind of he's wearing all black. He's got like a turtleneck.
He's got kind of a Jobsian thing.
Yeah, he's definitely going for like a Jobs plus jacket sort of thing. Yeah. And then, of course, like at every Super Bowl party, Lil Wayne is also
Lil
there.
Wayne's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
With both his hands in the air. Lil Tunechi looks pretty happy.
Brad Bellflower. That's Silicon Valley Maverick. So this is a company that they said, you know what? Instead of having a real person do it, we're just going to cast Jeff Goldblum as a Silicon Valley
Steve Jobs.
Maverick.
I wonder if he went out for Steve Jobs when they were doing auditions for the not the Kutcher.
She's not my daughter.
It's very bad. Sorry. Yeah, right. Okay, we can do better. She is not my daughter. Right? That wouldn't be so bad.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so Goldblum's there at the game. Anyone else at the game?
It was most. I think I mostly recognized Goldblum and Usha.
A lot of other people at the game.
Yeah. Sorry. There's like 60,000 other people who were there.
There were quite a few people there.
Yeah.
Tim Cook there. I mean, Tim Cook probably walked over, right? Apple's headquarters are pretty close to St. Clair.
I'm not exactly sure.
One Infinite Loop isn't too far away from there.
Someone told me he was a big Broncos fan. Listened to Eddie Q on a podcast yesterday. Said he was
Tim
a big
Cook,
Broncos
fan. Right.
Yeah, he's a big. I know he's an Auburn fan. He is one of those people that could just wager $1 million. It would be a big deal.
$1 million?
No, I don't think it's
$1 million.
Yeah, I doubt he did that. But I think he was an Auburn fan, and Cam played at Auburn, but he's a Broncos fan.
Uh-huh.
I can't really wrap my mind around that one. But I don't know. Can't figure it out. Will, have you ever seen Van City Reynolds in Van City?
I've not. I mean, not to my knowledge. For some reason, I was thinking the other day about that. I was gonna actually on our Twitter sign off. I was gonna say you can find me at Van City Reynolds.
Oh, nice. So that would be Ryan Reynolds.
That's Mr. Ryan Reynolds. Yes.
Yeah, he's of the this weekend's released movie Deadpool, which is doing really well, I think.
Yes, it is. I think critically, it's
like getting, really well.
People are enjoying it, and financially, it's doing quite well for an R-rated movie.
Yeah. On Friday, it made $47 million, which was like the next closest movie made $5 million. So that's substantially that's a huge difference.
It's a big deal, man. And I mean, Ryan Reynolds, I don't know personally. I know he's a big fan of me, but
of course,
yet to be in contact. But this is a movie I know. I mean, even since I think before the Wolverine movie, but he's wanted to make this movie for a long, long time. And I remember it was one of those movies that was kind of not developmental hell, but it was development purgatory, right?
It was pretty close. It was really close to being kind of like it was not on anybody's. It was not on major radars for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, and like he would just be asked about it when he was promoting, the Change Up or something, and he'd be like, I don't know what's going on with Deadpool, and then they made that little clip, the little short little.
Yeah, that short that came out.
Yeah,
test footage, I think is what they described it as.
Yeah. So they came out with that like a couple years ago, and now they have this movie is finally out, and
which was fully shot there, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, they shut down the Granville Viaduct for not the Granville Viaduct, the Georgia Viaduct for a good couple of weeks. I'd be zipping by on the SkyTrain looking over, and yeah, they'd be all set up there.
What did you know anybody who was in it?
Yeah, apparently, I know one of the improvisers at VTSL was in it, and
cool.
I'll probably, when I go see it, I'll probably be quite a few other people from Vancouver in it. But I know they cast a lot of people here. But it looks like they marketed it all correctly. It looks like they probably shot it, right. I mean, it looks like everything about Deadpool looks like they did it right for this movie. So when I find the time, I'll definitely be checking it out.
Yeah, I think I will too. I wasn't sure about it before, and I'm going to.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. Ian Hanlon, he's a friend of the show. He got to check out a very early screening of it, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, there were a couple people who did that, but he really liked it. He also saw Hail Caesar and hated it.
That's right. We talked about that last week, and he did explain more of it when he was at the Super Bowl party. But we can have him on the show one day, right? To have him speak his own mind.
That would be enjoyable. Let's get a sense of that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's only fair. Stay tuned next week. We got the big Oscar pre-show.
I'm going to try. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'm going to try to do Oscar bowling with you guys, where I get you guys to choose some stuff. It involves some homework on your parts, Alex and Will. Do you remember this concept?
It's okay if you don't. Refresh me.
Sure. So essentially, you take however many Oscar categories there are. Let's say there's 30. Oh. And the one that you're most sure of, you say, it's going to be Revenant is going to win Best Picture. I'll put 30 of my points on it.
Oh, okay. So yes. All right. I think
this is not an original idea.
It's not an original. Okay.
No.
All right. Stop talking right now. Okay. Yeah. So you put 30 points on that. And the one you're least sure of, Best International Documentary featuring penguins.
Yes.
Put 1 point on. Although I think March the Penguins would do well in that category.
Yeah. I don't think there's any sort of Oscar stuff for this, but I do want to recommend a movie I saw recently.
Yeah. It's called Legend of Boogaloo. It's a history.
I think it's called Best of Enemies.
Best of Enemies.
It's a documentary.
I also watched. Sorry to interrupt. I also watched a marine biology documentary called Best
of Enemies. Yeah, of course. Beautiful. Well, great job.
Gore Vidal. Where do I recognize that?
So Best of Enemies it's on Netflix Canada. So as long as you're watching it at this very moment, because it could go off at some point, I don't know. But it came out in 2015. It was about the 1968 televised debates between liberal Gore Vidal and conservative William F. Buckley Jr. The documentary it's really well done. It's very well handled. It talks about their history. And it does a nice thing where it kind of intercuts. They'll talk about the actual debates for a little while, and then they'll have an interlude where they talk about their attempts to strike out politically on their own. And it was really well done, because it's like these two people who kind of unabashedly openly hate each other, and they were just on television. They were on ABC, and ABC was kind of trying to get up and comer network. They didn't have Walter Cronkite, so what they did have was time to experiments by having these guys debate on there. And they're two interesting characters, two interesting people, and live interesting life. And it's good. It's not too long. It's like 88 minutes, so you can watch it on there. And well done. See it on Netflix. It's enjoyable. It's a really good documentary, especially because it was in 1968, which is a really interesting year in American political history, especially.
Yeah, what was going on then?
Well, it was during the Republican National Convention, the Democratic National Convention. So the Republican National Convention was in Miami Beach, so it wasn't that interesting. But the Democratic one was in Chicago, and there was a ton of riots and conflict, and it was just insanity. Huh. It was one of the worst in history. I think some people put like LSD in the water. Also, there was like things.
Is that a rumor that really happened?
No, I think that's for real.
Because I know that I thought there was something in the water in California because Katy Perry noticed something. Right? There must be something in the water.
Yeah, in her song featuring Snoop Dogg,
she knew a place where the grass is always greener.
It's true. Hold on, let me consult with my sources here. People suggested that there were threats that were made that people would put LSD in the water, but they didn't end up doing that.
I wonder how much you'd have to put in the water for it to affect people.
I don't know. I can't say I know too much about LSD, unfortunately.
You didn't experiment? You weren't part of the experiments back in the day?
In 1968, no.
Yeah.
I was there. I was like, hey, guys. And they were like, whoa, what are you doing here? You're negative 20 years old. And I said, oh.
Oh, yes.
It's got to be like that, is it? Okay, sure.
Comment on my negative 20-year-oldness, sir? How about you? What are you, positive? You positive I'm negative years old? Exactly.
Yeah, man. Come on. Super nice of you.
Yeah, jerk.
Yeah. So yeah, I say watch that if you like documentaries. Always
add it to your list.
Yeah, I'm always in favor of good documentaries. I think they're I don't know. There's something very satisfying about seeing a good documentary. I think it's like the easiest way to feel smarter. Yeah.
Oh, the easiest way to feel smarter besides just going to Wikipedia and reading the first paragraph. Oh, it turns out he was a guy who did some stuff. No kidding.
Yeah, exactly. You get some nuance too.
Yeah. Something you can go on Wikipedia right now and check out is something that Matt knows certainly a lot about. He was very into it back in the day. And still is. Something that may have sunk out of memory. But Matt and James Cameron alike both are somewhat obsessed with this. I
got to specify once you say the word Titanic.
Well, you just said it now.
I did just say it now.
Yeah.
I was very interested in the Titanic when I was younger because the movie came out right at the age where I was smart enough to start wanting to learn things, I guess. It
is quite a fascinating thing. It's like this. It was the biggest. Okay, so help me out. It was the biggest ship ever built at the time,
kind of,
right?
I guess. I don't know. Probably. I don't remember this stuff.
Oh, by the way, if you want to hear about something called the R101, which was a royal. It was back when they had the Zeppelins, right? It was a royal. It was Her Majesty's airship, the R101, which was so big that the Titanic could fit inside it, which is just a bunch of air, but it was massive. And if you want to hear about the R101, there's a song by Iron Maiden on their latest album, Book of Souls, that's 20 minutes long that details the R101 and how it crashed and everybody died. Kind of.
Oh, boy.
Kind of spoiled the ending on that, sorry. But yeah, the hull broke and it crashed. But it just goes to show anything. As soon as you say, "Oh, the Titanic could fit inside," you're like, "That didn't go so well for that thing, though." But I think it's so fascinating that it's like, "Oh, when did the Titanic sink? Didn't even make it to New York. It left. Wait, where was it going? Yeah, it was going from England to New York, right?
Sure.
Yes. Yes. And it didn't make it. If you've seen the movie or know history, it didn't make it.
Yes, that's right.
I just think it's fascinating that it sunk on its first ship. It's like, yes, it's unsinkable. It's like, well, not necessarily. So the reason I bring up the Titanic, is that yet there's a replica built.
Oh, 1 for 1, not a model.
It's 1 for 1. Oh, unlike the original, the Titanic 2 will have a welded and not riveted hull and be about 4 yards. And be about 4 yards wider. Okay, so I think we can call BS on this replica, can't we?
Yeah, I can't be like it's a replica. What? I mean, bigger is better, I guess. Like, I mean, if you're gonna if there was 4 yards smaller, I'd be like
4 yards wider is probably just like, look, we've learned a couple things about
ships should be wider than this.
Well, it's ship shaped for sure.
Yeah,
but they do have like an old. It has a 6 foot deep pool. It has an Edwardian gym, complete with a rowing machine, but it's not like an ergometer like they have in our gyms today. It's one of those machines. It's just like a bunch of sticks on something. So scheduled to depart this year. Oh, so originally it was supposed to start this year.
Right. I'm sure it had some, it was almost sunk with the problems that happened to it.
A fully functioning replica of the original vessel that sank beneath the frigid waves, killing 1,503 people, won't be ready until 2018. Well, in addition, it has a different route from Southampton than it did from Southampton to New York. And it's being built by an Australian tycoon. Oh, is that the guy who married Mariah Carey? Mariah
Carey's married to Nick Cannon.
No, she got divorced a long time ago, sir. You got
Really?
Oh yeah, look up her husband now or her fiance now. It's this Australian billionaire. It's like, oh, sure, you married him for love, sweetheart. I'll bet.
Oh gosh, she's one of those people that I'm like, do people know how old she is? Mm-hmm. Because they got divorced like last year. Like
I haven't seen her.
She's 45.
Yeah, so she should be dead. I haven't seen her carpool karaoke with James Corden, but I understand she gets in. She's like, "Oh yeah, you're doing this thing. Sorry, my throat's just a little sore. I can't really sing." So she's kind of bops along.
Really?
Oh yeah, she's no Adele. I'll tell you what. Adele became my favorite singer when I saw her in carpool.
Oh, I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Oh, she's awesome. She's this fat English woman who likes to sing. She's having a grand old time. I love it. Fat, sorry. She's great. I love it though. Doesn't matter how big she is. So this is, so this Titanic's being built by an Australian. So the more and more I read about this, the more I'm like, is it a replica? Because the route is now between Jiangsu, China to Dubai. Of course, it's going to Dubai. I hate that place. I mean,
could not be less surprising.
That is going to Dubai, right?
Yeah, exactly, of course.
Okay, so ship will have original features: Turkish baths, a squash court, a grand staircase, swimming pools, and first, second, and third class tickets for sale.
I gotta say, whoever invented stairs, very smart.
Yes, very smart.
They're like, how do we make people get up huge areas they have to climb? What if we just made very small areas for them to go up?
It also has to be handicap accessible, though, I think. It says, in order to meet modern safety standards, it will have welded and not riveted hull and be about 4 yards wider. And yes, there will be enough lifeboats for everyone. So again, this isn't a true replica at all. There has to be some degree of danger.
Of course.
Pardon me. It also has air conditioning.
Before we got on air, we talked about, I was like, well, I think it'd be interesting if, it went by Somalia and some pirates got to it.
So...
Yeah. It kind of is, isn't it? Like, it's going to Dubai.
Wait, where is Somalia? It's in Africa, right?
Yes.
I don't know. Idiot. Where's Wikipedia when I need it? Yeah, so this is the new Titanic will have modern evacuation procedures, satellite controls, digital navigation, and radar systems. You know those, oh, heck. You're going to have to help me out with this.
Sure, yeah.
What's the big sail ship race that they go down around the Horn of... I think they go around the Horn of Africa, don't they? But it's like this huge race that goes all around the world.
Yeah, I don't know the name of that, but I do know that is a thing.
Yes.
I will not disagree with you there.
So here it is. So the Titanic. So we mentioned $10,000 for a Super Bowl ticket.
Yes.
The cost of the voyage has not yet been announced, but Blue Star, that still exists, reportedly have offers.
No. Blue Star, it's White Star Line, just to be clear, was the actual original Titanic.
Oh, so this is Blue Star. So Blue Star reportedly has offers of up to nearly $1 million for a passenger. 40,000 tons, 840 cabins, room for 2,400 passengers and 900 crew members. Ooh, I should apply. Passengers may feel the ship a bit smaller than the mega cruise ships of today. And that's the thing, too, is that...
there's already bigger ships. It's not that interesting.
Much bigger ships. But that's Titanic, too. So I was going to ask Matt, would you be interested in a trip? But until I sign my first, Johnny Depp-sized $63 million contract for a movie, I don't think I'm able to treat anybody to that. Or keep scratching that. What's the Powerball at right now? It's got to be pretty high, right?
It's for Americans. I know that.
Yeah, but you can swing down and buy one.
I can swing down. I think I could. Yeah, I think I might be able to.
Wasn't the Powerball won by a bunch of people already? And it's like probably like $10 right now. It starts back at whatever it is, $1 million, something like that. So we're a long way off from being part of the Titanic too. But yeah, it might swing by Somalia. Could get attacked by the Somali pirates.
It won't end up going to Somalia, by the way, because Dubai is more north than Somalia.
It's more north.
Yes. That's
Yes.
right. That's okay, though.
That's good. I just thought it'd be hilarious if it zipped down around and got taken over by Somali pirates. You jump in there and be like, look at me. I'm the captain now. Shout out to whatever that guy's name was in Captain Phillips.
Yeah, Hockey Dorad or something like that.
Clipper Around the World. Yes, that's his name. Oceanic Racing, Offshore Racing, Global Challenge. That's some kind. It's probably like the Mercedes-Benz, like Clipper Around the World.
Superdome.
The Mercedes-Benz Superdome race. Governor's Cup, South Atlantic Cup, the blah-blah-blah. Heck. But like that kind of racing is like, that's official. I mean, I guess a sailboat's way less complex than a giant cruise ship that famously sank. And so they probably want to include all these modern amenities, right?
Yes, I would say so.
Amenities while they sail over a manatee, because a manatee is a
I'd feel bad for those.
for a manatee.
If that happened, yeah.
They sailed over top, like way over top. Well, I guess it'd be very loud, wouldn't it?
I don't know. In the water, probably not.
Well, in the water, sound travels faster in water. It's way louder.
Is that what you think?
It does travel faster in water. I mean, you can't talk.
Other things travel faster in water. I don't think sound does. Sounds
sound?
muffled in water, right?
No, sound it travels faster in water.
Next time you're in a public pool, put your head under water and listen. And see how much you listen.
It does travel faster in water, though.
Sure.
That's because like all these ships are deafening the whales. Didn't you hear this? All these whales are going deaf. They're going most deaf, sir.
How would they even know?
How would they know? We asked them.
We asked a whale?
Yes, it does, yeah.
Well, that's the end of the podcast.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Van City Reynolds.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me there. You can find me. At Drake.
Yes, is that just what his thing is?
I don't know.
Speed of sound in liquids. In a fluid, the only non-zero stiffness is volumetric deformation. Hence the sound of fluid. This doesn't help.
Yes, Drake is at Drake on Twitter.
Oh, damn it. I was going to take at Drake. I was going to change my name.
I know. I saw somebody the other day. He had his Twitter handle was @ _. Like, it was just the underscore.
Oh, nice.
And his wife was @ __. And he saved a Twitter handle for @ ___ for his son. It was very special. I'm at MP Vaughn. Alex is at Evonix. He's hanging out with Drake. Check Drake's Instagram if he has one.
Yeah, he does. He's a Champagne Poppy. I know that. That's his Instagram.
Is it really?
Yeah. And,
Alex's? That's incredible that he got
yes,
that.
yeah, Champagne Poppy. That's for Alex. I wonder if there's a chiropractor out there who wanted to call himself Dr. Ache, or like a pro wrestler in Japan or something who wanted to call himself Dr. Ache and is mad because Drake...
Well, it'd be Dr. Ake, I think, who was Japan. Right?
Yes, so he's Dr. Ake in Japan. Ake, of course, means whale in Japanese. And if you ever had some Ake sushi, it's delicious. It costs a lot, though. It's like $5,000 a piece. But yes, Dr. Ake in Japan. He's Dr. Ake in America. And that's the kind of improv goodness you'll get on this show. And it's much better down at the Improv Center, I can assure you. But like my improv shows, this show is free. And we would freely like to thank you for listening this week. Next week, we're going to have the Oscar preview. And what else? What are we going to have next week? Well, this Sunday is my improv show, right? Yeah, the Granville Island Improv Center, 5:30. Show up before that so you can get a ticket and a seat. But yeah, this Sunday we got a show.
Nice. Okay.
Which is a cool thing to plug. And I don't think anything else I'm doing is coming out on any... Oh, yeah, I'm in Deadpool. I'm the guy in the mask. See, I'm Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool double. I was him in the suit, okay?
Yes. Okay.
This is real. I was him in the suit, and he just voiced me over.
Oh, that makes sense.
It does make sense, right? Actually, I'm the guy who's singing over the trailer. You think it's DMX? It's actually me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like...
You've already voiced me over.
Inside of me. All right, folks, thanks for listening to the show, and see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week for some Oscar talk. Skrr.